This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we're looking at a final exam review problem. And we've talked about the assumptions. And the first thing that you were asked to do was to come over here and using the break-even year, calculate your break-even quantity. We do the others later. And so what I want to do, I want to know what my quantity is. So Sabu, what is your quantity?
For the quantity, I got 6,833.
6,833. 6,833. Angela? Krishan?
I don't have it.
Say what?
I don't have it today.
You mean you don't have it yet?
I'm listening in today. I'm in the car.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry.
Krishan, what do you have?
I got 5,125.
5,125. Terrell?
I'm still working.
Who else? Who else is here? NM? Any amount for anybody else? Okay. First of all, this is the first thing I'll look at. This is 1/3 of the grade. So if you can complete this, you got 1/3 of the grade. But you need to complete it right. So Terrell, why don't you have it on your Excel and everything? Why don't you have it?
Because I got some questions about my Excel. Even though you said that it was good, I got a few questions that I want to get some clarity on.
All right, well, let's see if we can figure this out. Let's go back over here to our assumption sheet. Selling price should be pretty easy. What's going to go here, right?
300.
And bad debts,
20%.
give me a number. I need a dollar amount right now.
$60.
What?
60.
How you get 60?
I did 300 times 20%.
Glad you multiply by 20%.
Because over here in our collections, you have that we did 30% for the month of sale and 50% the first month after sale. And we add those up and we subtract it by 100% and you should get 20%.
So the bad debt is 20%.
Yes.
Is that always how you get the bad debt?
That's correct. Same thing over that. I tell you, being quiet. How's the weather in Chicago?
Hey, it's crazy. It's like it's bipolar. We had 7 degrees and 75, and then the same day it was like 20 degrees.
20. Woo! I couldn't.
Yeah, it's getting there. And I'm still in the boot, so my toes getting cold.
But it got some
So
extra
for
hot socks. So
if we were
to get the 20%, we add up the collections and subtract from 100% to get that. So that's how we got 60. How
Okay.
much are the ink cartridges?
40.
How much is the paper?
15.
How much is the labor?
50.
5.
Somebody said 50, somebody said 5.
5 is
Amen.
correct, boy.
5 is correct? Okay. Manufacturing overhead,
520,000.
okay, 520. So we just want four amounts. And then let's see, selling expense,
60.
60 again. 20% of selling price. So what?
How'd you get the 520,000?
We just added these 4 numbers, these quarterly numbers.
Okay.
Administrative expense,
200,000.
and interest expense.
100,000.
So when you begin the problem tomorrow, you put your X's in where these X's are, make your calculations, and now we're able to come over to this page. We said the selling price was what?
300.
Ink,
40.
paper,
50.
how much? 15. Labor,
5.
5.
selling expense, with bad debt,
Is it
60.
20? Oh, okay.
It was 60. 60.
selling expense. So we add up all of these, how much do we get?
180.
180. So what's our contribution margin?
110.
120. So let's get these fixed costs. How much was the manufacturing overhead?
520,000.
How much?
520,000.
120,000?
520.
Or 520, I thought it was 520,000. Administrative expense,
200,000.
and interest expense, 100.
Yeah.
So we add those up, how much do we get?
820,000.
820,000. And if we divide 820,000, because our formula is simply what?
Fixed cost divided by the contribution margin.
8200,000 slash 120. So how much is that going to be?
6,833. That's right.
Oh, Krishan, you slipping.
I put the percentage instead of the cash number for bad debt.
I hope you don't do that tomorrow.
Me either.
Is there any question about anybody on this?
2 questions. What was how did we get the quantity? Because I messed that number up.
We simply
Okay.
That's how we got it. That's our formula.
Where's the 120 coming from? The margin? Okay.
I take 2 minutes and give me the quantity that's going to go for the target loss year of 100,000. Are there any other question on this first?
60.
Okay, take 2 or 3 minutes and give me the quantity that's going to go for the target loss year. It should not take you a lot of time. Target loss is 100,000.
It's 6,000.
Says 6,000. Anybody else?
I
That's
got
all I got.
So this is simply, we're going to reduce the 820 by 100,000 to make this 720 divided by 120. So this is the starting point. No, we didn't have to, we didn't have to change anything else. All we had to do was change this box in terms of the formula. Everything else stays the same. So you just copy it in those other places. Everything is going to stay the same until we get to the formula line. And I told you I memorized those formulas a long time ago. Terrell was hard and he would memorize.
I wrote it down. I got it. I'm good.
So all of this other information would be the same. You just have to put in the appropriate formula. I calculate the $1 million quantity for me then.
15,166.
How much?
15,166.
You said 15?
Yes.
Everybody else see if they can get 15,166.
I got that.
So our numerator is going to be what? 820?
Mm-hmm.
And we divide by 120. Any questions?
Hey, Professor Boyd, question. So for the $1 million year, instead of doing the subtracting about 100,000, you adding 1 million?
Correct. Since we got an even number for the target loss year, I'll switch back to that since it's 6,000. Okay. So if I do that, what are we going to do with the 6,000? So let's just work with the 6,000 since it's an even number. What we're going to do with that 6,000?
Put it for the total of sales.
I don't know about total sales.
I mean the quantity, sorry.
So the 6,000 would come here. Maybe I should put sales quantity in here.
Why you got all them extra sales and stuff?
What?
Why you have all those extra sales?
sometimes the problems are more complicated. What are our percentages based on the assumptions?
Oh, 10%.
10, 20, 10, 6,
What's the second one?
20.
What's the third one?
10, and
What's the
60.
fourth one?
60.
60?
Yes.
Of course, those are going to add up to be 100%.
Of course.
So, can you now, working that first quarter, do the sales budget for the first quarter?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get to it. Let's see if we can complete the first quarter.
Which year you want to do in the $1 million year, Professor Boyd?
No, I'm just doing the target loss year. Since we have an even number,
Okay.
we're
Okay.
gonna do 6,000. I said break even, but I changed to that since it's an even number. Yeah, you can do the other one for practice.
What's that noise?
Professor Boyd, is our sales quantity for the first quarter 600?
Why would you think it's 600?
Because I did 6,000 times 10%.
Fine to me. Okay, so let's carry it on through down to collections.
Did anyone get 180,000 for the total in credit sales?
You on with RPI? I want to know what the collections are.
Oh, I have the collections.
Wait a few minutes, let everybody catch up. All right, how much did you collect? Bottom line. How much money did you collect in the first quarter?
36,000.
Somebody says 36,000.
I got 54,000.
Uh-oh, here's a 54,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got 54,000.
Never mind, Professor Boyd. That it is 54,000. That's the bad debts. I'm sorry.
All right, so if we were selling 600 and our selling price is what?
300.
300. So what's our total sales?
180,000.
Credit sales are gonna be 20% of that, or what? $36,000. I mean, bad debt. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? Credit sales is 180. So all the sales are credit sales. Bad debts are gonna be how much?
36,000.
36,000.
Let's put our percentages in. So you should come in and put your percentages in. 20%. Then the collections were how much in the first quarter?
30.
How much?
30%.
30%. And how much were they the second month afterwards?
50.
No, that's-
So 50. Okay, so our bad debts then what we said was how much? 36,000. 20% of credit sale. We're gonna collect 30% of this money. So how much we collected?
that 54,000?
54,000.
It should be 54,000, which is simply 30% of the credit sales. This number is always 0 in the first quarter. So our collections are 54,000.
You said that
Any
number's
questions?
always zero.
So what?
You said that number is always 0 in the first one?
First quarter is always 0.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right, y'all kind of slow. Let's go on and do the second quarter on the sales thing. So it probably makes sense since you're doing 2 quarters. Let's go and do the second quarter.
Did anybody get 198,000?
For collections,
Mm-hmm.
I had 108. Oh, for the total collections, yeah, 198.
Okay.
So people are saying we should be shooting for 198. Everybody else got 198?
I'm still working. Hold on.
Okay.
One moment.
Yeah, I got 198.
Okay. Okay, so our sales quantity is going to be how much the second quarter?
1,200.
1,200 because it's 20%. Selling price still 300. So total sales is what?
360,000.
360,000. And the credit sales are 360. Bad debt's going to be what?
72,000.
72,000. Our collections, 30% in the month of sales are going to be how much?
108,000.
I'll take your word for it. So that would be 30% of 360, right?
Yes.
Then we're going to collect what? 50% of what? The prior quarter. So we get
90,000.
we add the two numbers together and we get what? 198.
Oops.
And we're gonna come in here and post those numbers here. And what was our beginning cash balance?
$100,000.
How much?
100,000.
1,000?
Yeah, but you said the minimum cash balance is 200,000.
So at the end of the day, our minimum down here must always be 200,000 when we get to that point. If you got over 200,000, you don't have to borrow. So if this number is, this excess is greater than 200,000, no borrowing. If it's less than 200,000, you got to borrow. So let's see if we can jump back to the first quarter. And head to our production budget. So what's the first thing we're gonna do with the production budget?
Try not to fall asleep on it.
People too excited to fall asleep. What's the first thing we're gonna do?
The sales.
Where you gonna get them from? We're gonna go right here to the sales budget.
And copy and paste them.
So all you got to do, see that? You got them here. Come to the production budget and bring them down. How easy is that? All right, let's see if we can go through this production budget so you can tell me the units to be produced. Should not take you that long. Got a little smaller for you.
Where my phone at? Oh, there it is.
Miss Krishan has cleared her throat. So how many units we produced in the first quarter, Krishan?
600.
Sean, you got 600 here?
No, I said for the desired. Oh, you just want the units to be produced?
That's all I want, the bottom line.
1,200.
Krishan says 1,200. Anybody else?
Yeah, that
What?
should be the same because we're trying to get the amount for the second quarter. So that's correct because we're trying to get the amount for going into the second quarter.
We want first, well, yeah, we'll do the second quarter too. But we know that what we
No,
want.
I'm saying the units to be produced is. I'm saying that the units to be produced is the amount of units that we want going towards going forward into the second quarter.
Correct.
So in order to get the desired end, you divide or you multiply the sales for quarter 2 times 50%.
So we want to make 600 because we're selling 600, but we also want to make half of these units. So we have them already made. You can't go into the quarter with no units and get them made in time. There is no beginning inventory, so this number is 0. All right, giving me my second quarter's total units be produced.
Should it be 300?
Calculate it and tell me.
Professor, sorry, what were we figuring out?
Trying to figure out what's going to go in this box right here. Units to be produced the second quarter.
Okay.
Oh, you said the unit to be produced.
Yeah, units to be produced. Units to be produced the second quarter. Why is it taking so long? Is there a C student in the house today?
Professor Boyd, I thought Terrell said 300.
No, it should be 600. It should be the same as the first quarter.
I want to know the units to be produced, Krishan, the bottom line. And then we're going to come back up, but I was just trying to get the bottom line.
It's 600.
Oh, Terrell just said 600.
Ain't it 600?
That you're going to produce? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it might be helpful if we could look up here and say, okay, in the third quarter, we sell 10%. And so this number is going to be
And
600.
the way I did it, Professor, but I don't think it'll work.
I
So
got 300.
I got to get 50% of
That's
these.
it.
Two. So that's 300.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to subtract out my my ending inventory from before, which becomes my beginning for the next quarter. So what's this number going to be?
$900.
Oh, 900.
Yep, because whatever was ending becomes beginning for the next quarter. We already made 600 of them. And so once we have these two numbers, we're ready to roll. Now we're going to copy. We're going to paste it here. We're going to paste it here.
So, Professor Boyd, let me ask you a question. Why did you ask for why did you ask for the units to be produced when you started from the top?
Say it again. Ask for this line here. When
Right.
did I start from the top?
When we started going through, you started from the top. Which we like, well, I guess it didn't really matter. I guess it could have started from the top.
We didn't have our numbers in all the way across.
Right.
Went up here and got that number.
Based on that 10%.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if I were to look at the fourth quarter, it'd be what? 3,600. We don't need it, but so you see that you need 3 quarters. I can always put this in. But if you're doing the first 2 quarters, you're gonna need the sales numbers for 3 quarters when you get to this table here. That's the bottom line. So that's why we showing it to you that way. I'll take this one out, about 2 quarters, people. And once we make this simple calculation, we then have our
That's
top.
3,600.
Say what?
That 3,600 is the 60% of 6,000.
Correct. But we're just doing the first 2 quarters. So we just need these 3 numbers.
On the final, we got to do all 4.
So that means that
You don't have to. We said that
this
to get your C, you just got to do the first 2 quarters.
Okay.
Why do you think people want these C's, Professor Boyd?
Right. Why I'm gonna say I'm still shooting 4.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's do this first quarter then.
The fourth quarter?
First quarter. You can't get to the
All the way down, you talking about?
all the way down.
Right. Okay.
So I want everyone now to do raw materials ink, raw materials paper, direct labor, and give me my bottom line of payments.
I'm tripping.
How much ink? How much are your total payments for ink? What's the per unit requirement for ink?
4.
Go to your assumptions, Krishan. You're gonna mess up tomorrow.
I thought you need 4 ink cartridges per book.
It is 4.
Yeah, I thought it was 4, not 1.
I said
So
4.
we need 4 ink cartridges. We're making 1,200 books. Then how many ink cartridges are we gonna use in those books?
4,800.
How much?
4,800.
Can y'all not hear me or something? You cut out.
What is our unit cost?
$10.
So therefore, the total cost is what?
What?
What's total cost?
40.
Okay. Are you going in and out, Tara?
Yeah, that thing's cutting out.
Yeah, I'm at this hotel. The Wi-Fi sucks, so
Oh, good.
It must be nice.
it's not nice actually. It's bad. Shit.
As you can see.
How much we paying in the month of purchase? That's what's our percentage.
It's 75% month of sale and then 25% month after sale.
How much we paying? What's the number gonna be?
36,000.
36,000.
Where's the 75 and the 25 come from?
Assumptions.
Say that again.
You have to pull things out of your assumptions. What we paying? Copy. So our first payment for the ink is 36,000. Any questions? Any questions? All right, y'all do the paper now. I'm not gonna help y'all on this one. So on my total payment,
Did anyone get 13,500 for the total payment?
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, that's what I got.
everybody got 13,500. Okay, so
Per unit requirement.
per unit requirement was what?
1,200.
And that's unit reduced per unit requirement.
Say that one more time.
Per unit requirement.
Oh, wait.
The
Oh, my bad.
paper.
Two.
So we need to purchase 2,400 rings.
Yes, sir.
What was our unit cost?
$7.50.
So the total cost,
18,000.
and that saying 75% applies. So how much you paying in the month of purchase?
13,500.
This is zero because this is the first month.
Yes, sir.
Get out 13.5 and copy it. And we put 13.5 here. All right, let's go to the labor. How much do the workers want?
Was it $50?
How much you got to pay them? I want the bottom line.
The labor rate was wrong.
Can somebody tell me if they got 6,000 for the total labor?
That's what I got.
Anybody else got 6,000? 6,000 going once, 6,000 going twice.
Yeah, I got 6,000 too.
All right, the per unit requirement was what?
5.
They can make 5 an hour. So how many hours are they gonna have to work?
6,000.
6,000.
Say that again?
Wait,
Six-
what?
How many hours they gonna have to work?
Oh, yeah, 6,000 hours.
I thought it was 10 books.
6,000 here?
It's 10 books. It's 10 books per hour, Professor Boyd.
Thank you. Yeah, I was supposed to have the assumptions. So how many hours we gotta work then?
That's supposed to be 120,
Sounds better. Labor rate
$50 an hour.
was told direct labor hours.
6,000. We gotta put that in the cash budget.
Mm.
Crazy way y'all getting to 6,000 house. Okay.
What was the labor rate?
50.
So all you had to do here, you could make 10 units an hour. So the workers only need to work 120 hours. You multiply that by 50, you get 6,000. I got an easy one now. Manufacturing over here. Take 1 minute and answer. You got 1 minute.
$100,000.
What is total overhead?
$130,000.
For the quarter. Is it 130 for the quarter?
Yeah.
What's the depreciation?
25,000.
1,000.
How much?
25,000.
So what's our total payment?
105,000.
And see, the key thing about this is you can copy it, paste it over here. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
So on a fixed cost, show you how you move fast, move smartly, working smart. Already got part of it done. Let's go to selling expenses. Can you calculate selling expenses?
Yeah.
Change the table up to make it easier for you. How much you gonna pay the salesman? How much of a commission?
20%.
Here's another 2-minute one.
$120.
Okay, so let's go up here to sales. Our sales were this, so we're gonna copy.
Oh wait, I messed that up.
Messed it up.
Yeah, it's not. I think it's a. Yeah, no.
Should be
So we're gonna
36.
put these sales in here. We're gonna paste them in. And our rate was what? 20%?
Mm-hmm.
I was missing them down.
So what's 20% of 180?
36,000.
What's 20% of 360?
72,000.
Got selling expenses in here. All right. Administrative expenses, another 2-minute one at the most. 2 minutes at the most.
Professor Boyd, I got 40,000.
That's the payment.
I second that.
For the total payment.
So what's the total expense?
200,000. Oh, I'm sorry, no, 50,000 for the quarter one.
Appreciation.
10,000.
Then we can just copy, paste it over here. We done. You're doing 4 quarters, you just do that 4 times. Then we copy these numbers. So as you can see, it does not have to take long.
Professor Boyd, can you go back up to the selling expense? Ugh. God, dang it.
You almost finished. You good sleeping, holding us back.
I've been traveling, Professor Boyd.
All we did was put the sales in. The salesman wanted 20%, so their payment is 36,000. I just kind of changed how it would look, and this is how it would look tomorrow. I think this is an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
Is this easier, Krishan?
Yeah. It's way easier like that because the other formatting of the selling expenses was a little confusing.
Confusing.
Because I wouldn't know where to put the rate. Like now you have it to where it says the expense rate, so you could just put the 20%.
Well, I want you to think sometime, Krishan. There's no law against thinking. And remember, these are your phone. You can adjust them. So I go through and I look at it and I make adjustments and everything, but you can do the same thing.
Okay.
All right, let's put this capital expenditure in and we'll be done.
This is what I don't understand, Professor Boyd, the capital expenditure.
How much did the equipment cost?
$1 million.
Toward the bottom, how much did the equipment cost?
$1 million.
Only buy it once now. You don't, like I said, you don't buy a car all the time, every year. And we did it with a long-term note. We didn't pay anything down. What's the principal payments quarterly?
100,000.
That's quarterly.
Yes, sir.
What's the interest payment?
25,000.
All we're gonna do, Krishan, we're gonna copy that. Then what we're gonna do, Krishan?
Put it in our cash budget.
And guess what? There was no down payment on the equipment. So we finished with this first column. We got some things to do in the second one, but we finished. So now we need to add up our total payments. How's that Excel spreadsheet doing? So add up your total payments. And notice something, that based on what we're doing, well, we got 3 more numbers to put in here and we'll be done. And once we put these 3 in, we're done. And somebody added this up yet.
Did anybody get 361,500?
Three
Yeah,
sixty. Somebody else got it? Okay. So our payment for 361,500. The cash we had was what?
154,000.
So what's our excess cash available? It's a negative number, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how much we in the hole?
207,500.
207,500. Okay. So we need a short-term loan for how much?
$200,000.
No, because that'll put us at $0, not at a minimum cash balance of 200,000.
It'll be 400,000.
Yeah. Right, Professor Boyd?
Y'all supposed to be telling me something.
I thought Sanju said 400,000. Well, 407,500.
Sounds better. And then that will give us an ending cash balance of what? 200,000. So that's the instance, that's the ending cash balance. That then becomes the beginning cash balance for year 2.
200,000.
So how much cash do we have available for year 2?
398,000. Professor Boyd, can you scroll down so I can see if you put it in the short-term loan or the repayment short-term loan?
A bar.
Okay.
Okay. So now to finish, you just got to put these 3 numbers in. And then we'll have our 2 quarters finished and I'll see in the bag. Just saying. So go to your raw materials Inc. See if you were doing it like I told you, you only got 3 numbers to go in here now. You got to work smart. You can't just be dancing all over the place.
Did anyone get 39,000 for the ink total payments?
Anybody get 39,000 for the ink? So let's see where we are with the ink. We need 900. So that's a 4. So how many do we need to buy?
3,600.
No, they're gonna cost us $10.
Mm-hmm.
So we need 36,000, right?
Yes.
How much are we gonna pay?
27,000.
That's 75% of it.
Yes.
But then we gotta come up and pick up what? That 25 that we hadn't paid over here. So that's what?
That's gonna be 40. That's gonna be 25% of 48,000, and that's gonna be 12,000.
We add those 2 together. How much are we paying in the second quarter?
39,000.
Is that what you said, Kashan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we got the ink in. Can you all get the paper and the labor in? Now I think they're saying what about 50 or 6% of black businesses have gone under.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they weren't able to get, they didn't have, and of course it was this situation, but something like this is needed more than ever now. Then the business has, trying to have a good relationship with the bank.
So if they develop a good relationship with the bank, they'll be able to get more money, loans.
They'll be able to get this down here if they do it before they get in trouble.
Okay.
And they got to be able to protect and pay it back. So this is the purpose of this, for any business to keep it from going under. And for a lot of businesses, they don't get their sales until the last quarter.
Oh, okay.
But they still got to pay rent, workers, and maintain those until they get the money. So this is why this is your main takeaway from the course, that you can prepare this cash budget. And if you do the journal entries and get your trial balance, you can do the financial statements, all tying in. But I guess you all are doing that on your project, right?
You said we have to do just the journal entries, right, Professor Boyd?
Well, everything. Just do year one. You get a C for doing year one on your project.
So you want journal
On the
entries?
budget? Oh, no.
Anyway, how much paper?
Did anyone get 14,625 for the total payment?
Yes.
How much the labor?
Did anybody get 4,500?
Yep.
Now, can you add them all up? Get your total payments? What?
Did anybody get 400,125?
So let's assume that's correct. So what's our excess now? Down a lot, isn't it? How much is it?
2,125.
And therefore, how much of a short-term loan do we need this time if this number is going to be 200,000? How much of a short-term loan do you need? How much of a short-term loan do you need?
Professor Boyd, you
Wait,
just
real quick,
now,
how'd you get the 2,000?
So what?
How'd you get to 2,125?
The payment for 401.25. And the collection for 198. So we just take the difference between the 398, 400, so we get 225.
Okay. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay.
So we would need 2,002, 125.
202.
Yes, 202, 125, my bad.
Oh, this,
So we're back to our thing. But you can see, it's building in terms of what you got to borrow. Did
uh,
good job for the rest of the night.
Professor Bud, can you scroll back down for a second?
Yes.
So, the excess cash, Professor Boyd,
You're simply comparing cash available with total payment. And since our payments are exceeding what's available, is in parentheses.
right, it's a negative connotation.
We're in red. And since we got to keep 200,000, well, we got to borrow.
My numbers is different.
So what?
I don't know if I'm doing something wrong because my total payments is different.
But you could have made a mistake in that. What are your total payments, Belle?
It is 1 second. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm doing it right.
Just add these 4 numbers.
Yeah, and I got 360,125, but I don't know where I'm wrong. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Never mind.
Put it on the Excel spreadsheet, and those numbers came out to be 401.25.
Well, I said never mind.
Oh, you said never mind?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm gonna step away for a second.
We ought to be gone when you get back. Okay. So
Professor
now,
No, you go ahead. I'm gonna wait.
so now you see it's it's not, an overall difficult thing. First thing you got to do is to come on your assumption sheet, put your X's in. Your X's will be the same place tomorrow unless an item is not there. With your X's, you put those in here. And of course, all these numbers would be the same. So if I copy these to here, everything's the same except the formula. So that's the first step. Then we get to 6,000. Put 6,000 here on the sales line. You make you do your sales budget, then you bring those sales numbers down to production budget. The production budget numbers go to raw materials and labor. So those are the first lines, the production budget on the ink, raw materials, paper, and direct labor. The other budgets are independent. You just pull these numbers from the assumptions. Sales, we get, we revised this to make it simpler. Sales, selling rate, total payment. Administrative expenses, you pull those right out the assumptions. Capital expenditure, you're concerned with the principal payment and interest payment. If there's a down payment, that will be a cash item, but we don't have that. And so we simply have principal and interest. And you're done. So we're going to be able to do this tomorrow.
Slowly but steadily.
Professor Boyd, so you're going to put the capital expenditure budget on tomorrow's final?
Well, for you, I like you more than other people, so I'm going to put it on that for you. I don't like the other people as much as you.
Oh, wow. So if we would do that, then what would be the total payment? Because we didn't do the total payment for quarter one.
Well, we just separated. The total payment would be 125, but we just put them in separate.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Got to make up a lot of points, right, Krishan?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Professor Boyd, can you either put email this document to me or put it on Blackboard so I can do the last 2 quarters?
I mean, the filled out one. So I'm just saying the document is in Blackboard.
Yeah, I'm talking about from like what we already filled out right now.
All right.
Professor Boyd, don't try to be facetious on this call now.
What?
We try to be facetious on this call now, sir.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
All right.
I'm trying
So
to play it still.
Professor Boyd, one more question about the capital expenditure budget, because this is on our project as well. So for each quarter, the numbers are going to be the same. They won't change.
correct.
Okay.
You gonna upload this video on YouTube, Dr. Boyd?
That's the plan. Did I stop the recording?
Yep.
It's still going.